it's time for us to go to the rankings of the modern day Planet of the Apes movies, Ricky Flex. Um, I'm going to make an executive decision, Ricky Flex, and we're going to leave out Marky Mark 2001 Tim Burton Planet of the Apes film.
Thank
Right?
you.
I didn't rewatch it. I don't really plan on rewatching it anytime soon, but this is one that we just know it's like almost that meme of the dragons, and one looks silly as shit, and the other ones are like serious and like
Yes.
dominant. It's that one. That's it in the Planet of the Apes franchise. Is Tim Burton's movie. Let's go down to the last trilogy: Rise, Dawn, and War, and let's throw in Kingdom. We have 4 movies to rank here, Ricky Flex. What do you have at number 4? We'll do separate
Kingdom.
lists.
Kingdom.
Easy, easy.
That was like, I know I rated it higher than you, but yeah, without a doubt, it's Kingdom.
I don't want to reiterate myself, right? You know why I think at least, and you think it's number 4. But when I rewatched this trilogy, I was like, damn, like even Rise is underrated.
Yeah, now it
Rise
is.
is
Now it
underrated.
is.
And that's my number 3. So I'm going to put it up there now. Do you have it at number 3?
Yes, and there's two reasons why.
So I have Rise here. First off, the human performances aren't very good in the movie, right?
That's one of my reasons.
That is a huge, huge, huge flaw of the movie. David Oyelowo is awful in that movie. He is cartoonish. I think it's uh, on purpose to kind of accent the brains of a Caesar. I think James Franco is okay. He's not bad in this movie. His girlfriend, not very good in this movie. I don't even know what actress that is. Caesar, though, Andy Serkis is awesome in Rise of the Planet of the Apes, right? Beginning this character arc, his arc within this one movie, his enlightenment during this movie, it is so underrated. It People think of War and they think about the greatest performance of Caesar, Andy Serkis. Oh my God, what he put together, how emotional it was through the motion capture and everything. People underrate the first movie. They want to forget about it, but they should not, because Dawn and War were so good as complete movies. The performance itself in Rise, unbelievable, but definitely 3.
Yeah, Franco, I'm a little softer on than you. I don't think he was good. He had some spots that were like kind of good, where like it's like the companionship with Caesar, but
I'm
outside
balling.
of that, he was pretty. I don't think he was very good. But I agree with you everything else, and also just the VFX for 2011, good, but
Yeah.
like it's not even close to the Dawn, which is only 3 years later. So something happened there. So yeah, that's why for a trilogy that's known for the VFX, and we talked about the stars in the previous trilogy, this was the worst in both of those regards.
VFX isn't even bad in that movie. It's just not to the same level as Dawn and War and Kingdom, right? It gets
Exactly.
exponentially better. But at that time, it felt like you were watching that Coldplay video, right? Where they have the apes. That's kind of what it felt like. I feel like Coldplay stole the technology from Rise of Planet of the Apes to
A
make that music video because
little bit.
but when you watch that music video, that's really, but really, really, really bad motion capture / CGI, whatever it may be, visual effects. Um, okay, easily number 3. This is where it gets interesting, Ricky Flex. Dawn of Planet of the Apes, War for Planet of the Apes. I want to know what you have it to.
It's War.
I have that too, bro.
It's War. There's too many lulls in War. Dawn has like a follow up to Rise, and like figuring out like, oh, apes are king or whatever. They're the guys now. Caesar is the guy. Great, great, great Caesar performance in that one. Koba taking over the internet right now, and less lulls. Just like there's a couple lulls, but like that's more like, oh, the human ape storyline right now, a couple years after this virus. But in War, there's just like similar to the montage. It's like, or sorry, not the montage. It's similar to Kingdom, where there should have been like a montage or something about detailing how long it takes to get to the border and everything. Woody Harrelson again doesn't come until after the first hour. It's kind of shocking. So, and I think the Caesar death could have been better. That's a hot take. I think the Caesar death could have been better. So I think for me, Dawn is like the Dark Knight to Batman Begins, whereas easily the best it's the best in this
It's
trilogy.
not easily the best. It's not easily the best, mainly because I think Andy Serkis' best performance in the Planet of the Apes films is War for Planet of the Apes, but the best movie is Dawn. And I think a huge reason why is because of this internet sensation right now, Koba. I don't know why everyone loves Koba all of a sudden. Like everyone's referencing Planet of the Apes, like Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, like it's 2014 or what, like it's 2015, whatever it may be. He is such an interesting character and an all-time villain that no one talks about, right? A loose cannon. And this movie, I talked about it. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes attacks religion. You have war tactics and like wartime behavior in the third movie. This one is so interesting when you think about leadership ideals, Copa versus Caesar. And it's like, who is hashtag right? That's what it feels like when you're watching this movie. And it also feels like I was watching this weekend. I was like, damn, this guy wants to use violence against these people. And then there's another one who wants to find basically peace between these two people, right? Koba has some vengeance to him and he's got like an edge to him compared to his Caesar. Caesar obviously has that connection with humans. I thought of MLK and Malcolm X like when I was watching this movie. Is that weird? Is that weird to think that when I was watching this, Ricky Flex? Dawn?
That's a tough question to answer. I get the reference. I get the reference. I can see it. I just think it wasn't. That's where like this movie had a chance to show us the impact because we're really only in this area. We're still around only LA. We don't know if it went global. We don't know if the apes. I'm just assuming the apes are now basically humans. And there's 7 billion or whatever. Or that's not 7 billion, but there's a clear dominant species in the world or mammal, whatever you want to call it. But or highest evolution, highest learning mammal on the planet. But in this area, it was just like different. That's why like we just don't know. We don't know the impact Caesar had outside of this area.
Yeah, we don't know the impact, right? But we know the immediate, right, within this territory, within this state, whatever. Like these are covering. Like they're literally writing scriptures about Caesar. But I think Koba is one that makes that movie great. I think Jason Clarke is actually amazing in Dawn.
He is good in that.
He is
we give him some crap sometimes, but he's good.
So, like you think about James Franco, his relationship with Caesar in the first film, like Jason Clarke, I feel actually has a connection with Caesar. You know, I got buy it. You know, Kerry Russell, I think, is good. Cody Smith-McPhee and his relationship with Maurice. Maurice also,
shout out.
Love Maurice, dude. Maurice is one of the best franchise supporting characters that no one talks about. Right?
Dude, that's why like the Koba meme going on. I'm like, I know it's like the point of it is like it's kind of ridiculous to say that, but like if you had to pick somebody out of this franchise, all time, it's definitely Maurice that you'd want in every single movie.
I feel like we also have to talk about war now, right? I'm shocked that we agree on this. I feel like it's a hot take for us to both say Dawn is better than War because War is like we have, first of all, amazing arc for Caesar, amazing end to his arc. We go and Koba's so good, they have to reference him in War.
Yes.
They have to reference like you are like Caesar, you are resembling Koba now. You are acting out of vengeance and you are looking for violence and you are looking for death. You are like Koba right now. That was wild to me. I'm just like, that's what that told me. I'm like, Dawn's better. Just because you're missing this. You have to have him. But Andy Serkis' best performance by far in War for Planet of the Apes. The struggle that he goes through, right? Everything that he happens in that movie. It feels like a true epic, to be honest. But like the first movie, he's enlightened, like I said before, Rise. The second one, right? He's a family man. He's an understanding ape. He is like a mediator between two worlds. The third one, he's a vengeful ape, but then becomes a liberator. You know, it's just so satisfying to watch that arc conclude in that movie. The death might not be that great, like it talked about, but it's one of the greatest 3 movie arcs of all time.